welcome back to Music Messages Tarot, everybody. I hope you're doing really well and that you're having a great weekend. I was channeling a situation with some kind of family disagreement going on. I'm not exactly sure why. I just kind of see someone that looks like two brothers. It kind of looks like maybe a family member may have just passed on, and two brothers like arguing over something. I'm not sure exactly what the situation pertains to, so I just wanted to dive in a little bit and get some information if we can about this. Side note, when I have a bad day, one of my go-tos, like one of my vices, is retail therapy. So last night I had kind of a stressful night, so I ordered a whole bunch of like new tarot and oracle decks, and some of them are coming tomorrow, so I might do a haul video. That's just a side note. Okay, let's see. All right, so we have Justice. You might be dealing with a Libra. It might, if this family situation is going to apply to you, it may include some legalities or legal issues. Like, it may involve like the interpretation of a will or divvying up like parts of an estate possibly that, and this might be leading to discord or disagreements amongst family members. That's just kind of what I saw. Like, it looked like two brothers who were at like maybe their parents' house, but their parents weren't both there. I only saw like a mother figure, so I'm not sure if maybe someone's father has passed away, but I saw two brothers arguing and very stressed out, so I just wanted to kind of tap into it and see what's going on. This one kind of popped out. So 9 of Swords in reverse. Let's see what else. The Queen of Swords in reverse. I'm sorry, the Queen of Wands in reverse. Let's just see what else comes out first. We have the 10 of Swords, so definitely a painful ending. Let's see what else. 8 of Swords. This and the King of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so my initial impressions, first of all, you may be dealing with a Libra, like I said, in this situation. You may be dealing with another air sign with this many swords, cards of the swords suit that have come out. So maybe Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I do apologize for my voice as well. We've had a wildfire in the area the past few days, and it's been affecting me a little bit. So I do apologize for that. You may be dealing with a fire sign, female energy. It doesn't have to be female, but Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or possibly an earth sign. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Those are just like some of the signs and elements that are out in this spread. Immediately, I'm getting that there may be a legal or financial issue surrounding a painful ending. So, you know, my intention today was to tap into that family dynamic, that family argument that I was kind of envisioning in my mind's eye. And yeah, I definitely think this is around, unfortunately, like the death of a family member, or possibly like transfer of property for some reason. So there's some kind of legal aspect to this, but it is surrounding some kind of ending, whether that be a family member passing on or like possibly a family having to sell a home for some reason. Just from what I'm seeing, like the image in my head, it seems like many family members might be involved in this situation, but it's more like the immediate family, so like someone's parents and their siblings. But the people that I'm seeing are all adults, so it's like adult siblings trying to hash something out and having some sort of disagreement around this. With the 9 of Swords in reverse over the 8 of Swords, I think whoever's involved in this situation is tied up in their own mind, and it's leading to a lot of inner kind of conflict as well, and inner like turmoil and just emotional upheaval in this situation. So it's something that's maybe keeping people up at night, and something that's, you're just kind of going around and around in your mind trying to resolve the situation. I am just picking up a heavy energy of like conflict. I know we don't have the 5 of Wands out here, but I'm picking up heavy conflict, heavy disagreement type energy, and And this has someone in their head because more than likely they're arguing with a family member. So, you know, for most of us, that would cause a lot of inner turmoil and make us very upset. I am picking up on an older, like mature female energy in this situation, so I'm not sure who this would be in the family dynamic, but someone who could be, like I said, Aries, Leo, Sag, who, or they don't have to be, but someone who's like very controlling, jealous, domineering almost, who wants to maybe control this situation. And then also like an older male energy. Like I said, this person could be an earth sign. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This older male energy seems like they might be very rigid in this situation. So someone who's like not really willing to compromise. I'm not sure if maybe these two people represent the two family members who are having a disagreement and not able to see eye to eye in this situation. With both having come out reversed, that's the sense that I'm getting. So one person's being like possessive, jealous, wants everything, wants to control the situation, wants it a certain way. And then the other person is also wanting it their way and just like not willing to compromise at all. So I see one person maybe like with a fiery kind of temper getting flared here in this situation, and the other person just being like, well, too bad, you know, I'm not gonna meet you halfway, and this is the way it's gonna be. Okay. And just, I don't know why I'm drawn to the Pentacle on the King of Pentacles card more than I normally am. I'm just getting the sense this really is financial in nature, and somebody's being, I feel like two or more people in this situation are being very possessive over money, finances, being a little bit on the greedy side. So if this does pertain to a family member's passing, I'm getting that, you know, there's just disagreements around how assets are going to be divvied up and how the will is going to be implemented, something along those lines. I just want to get some clarity around the Justice card, because I am getting that in some circumstances there's going to be legal issues. And I'm not sure if maybe one family member's threatening to take someone else in the family to court over this, or if they're actually going to go to court. But there's some kind of legal implication here from what I'm getting. All right, we have the Queen of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles. Yeah, so in this situation, normally King and Queen of Pentacles coming out together, it depends on the reading and what energies I'm picking up. Like, that could indicate a divine counterpart. It could indicate earth sign energy. But in this situation, on top of the Justice card and with the context of what else is coming out, I get that there's a female family member and a male family member that the female and the male both want to come out as either the King or Queen of Pentacles in this situation. So I'm getting a lot of like monetary, financial greed around this, and I think maybe that's where the altercation is coming in, and where there might need to be some kind of like legal action that one person takes on the other. Yeah, like this is a situation that might end up having to get settled in court, just because I'm sensing a lot of greed, like I said, but also inflexibility on the part of each person involved. This situation may involve more than two people, but I'm clearly picking up a female energy and a male energy attached to this, whatever this is. Let's see. Yeah, Three of Cups. So, like, normally I would take the Three of Cups as a positive card, but in this situation, there's a group of people that can't come to a resolution around this. Okay, and they're, I'm thinking that this female and this male energy might be kind of consulting other family members. What I'm seeing is like each person trying to kind of get other people in the family to support their position here. But it's kind of turning into a tug of war between these two people involved, and it's all kind of revolving around money from what I'm getting. I'd like a little clarity around the Nine of Swords reversed. Okay. Oops. Sorry, the cards were sticking together. So the Hierophant may be indicating some kind of contract, like a legal contract or a legal document in this case, around which there's been a lot of family arguing and family dysfunction around this because of like the two parties who seem like they can't really agree on how things are going to go. So that's how I'm taking that, because the Hierophant can indicate contracts and things of that nature, and contracts that have to be adhered to. So I think I'm sensing like a will or a lack of one in this case. Like maybe somebody passed unexpectedly and their will hadn't been updated or something like that. And maybe the existing document left too much to be misinterpreted by these family members, and now they're kind of arguing over who's going to get what. Okay, so I am taking the Hierophant more as an implication around this contract or legal document. Whoops, 2 fell out. There's the Chariot. Okay, Cancer energy here. And then also the 10 of Pentacles fell out. So what has these family members up in their head right now, having a lot of emotional stress and, you know, possibly even some external arguments with one another. Taking the Chariot here, which indicates movement, I'm taking that to mean that there might be a misinterpretation around whatever legal document this is, and nobody knows how to move forward right now. Like, everyone wants to move forward, and again, with the 10 of Pentacles here, like, normally that's a positive omen, but just the way I'm reading the energy and the way everything's coming out, like, there's this group of people who kind of all wants this situation to result in a 10 of Pentacles for them personally. And there's a lot of arguing and disagreements around this. I want to get some information here on the Queen of Wands reversed. Like, I know some of these cards are not coming out in reverse, but like I said before, like, that's just how I read the energy. I do get 2 main figures who are kind of at the crux of this disagreement, but with the 3 of Cups here, there's a small family unit that's involved in this situation. There may only be 2 people who are actively kind of arguing and having this power struggle, but there are more than 2 people involved is what I'm receiving too. Yeah, so with the Chariot and the 10 of Pentacles coming out immediately after the Hierophant, there's some kind of legal contract, binding document that's causing this concern and causing these arguments to happen right now, this power struggle. Everyone wants to move forward, but I just get the sense that no one knows how to. And like I said, with this 10 of Pentacles, it's definitely in reference to a family situation. And I just feel like everybody is kind of seeing dollar signs in their eyes or something like that. Like, everyone sees this as their own potential 10 of Pentacles outcome, instead of thinking about, you know, what's fair for everybody what's fair for everybody who's involved. Let's get this Queen of Pentacles in reverse clarified. Okay, the Sun. It could be a Leo that you're dealing with. Let's see. 4 of Cups. Yeah, someone's feeling like really disappointed, ungrateful. I always take the 4 of Cups to mean like bratty behavior sometimes. So I see this as a very unyielding kind of female energy here who wants things done a certain way in this situation, and who's being kind of, for lack of a better word, like a brat in this situation, and just saying like, no, it's going to be this way, and you know, this person is not willing to yield to maybe what some of the other family members are suggesting here. Yeah. We have the 6 of Swords. So this person, I think deep down, doesn't really want to be partaking in this conflict. Like, they actually want to be moving away to a calmer situation, but I feel like that 4 of Cups energy is just not allowing them to. Like, they're kind of, they're having to, their pride is kind of getting in the way too much of how they're dealing with this situation. Let's see, I want to clarify on this King of Pentacles. So it's the Page of Cups. This could be, even though this person's in a King of Pentacles in reverse energy right now, like very rigid, stubborn, not willing to make a compromise, I do get that this male energy is a very sensitive person. And maybe, you know, they feel really hurt by what the other family member is doing here. I do, for some reason, even though this person is not really willing to compromise, I do get more of like this Queen of Wands in reverse is the one kind of causing a lot of the drama and just being like really possessive over what they might want the outcome to be here. almost like jealous of the fact that someone else in the family might be getting something out of this situation. Let's see what else on this King of Pentacles in reverse. It's the King of Swords. So yeah, on the outside, this person's putting up a very cold, calculating kind of energy. They're not really willing to, like I said, compromise. But I think underneath that, they're very kind of hurt by this situation. And then we do have the Five of Wands that just came out. So a lot of conflict surrounding these two figures in particular. Like I said, I do think it involves more than just these two people, but these are the two that seem to, I think, be holding up how the situation is going to be resolved here. Let's get a little clarity here on the, I want to get clarity on the Ten of Swords first, like what kind of painful ending we're dealing with. I do think in a lot of cases, unfortunately, it's involving like a will, but it might involve like a shared property or something like that as well. So let's just get some info. I'm sorry, these cards have a tendency to stick together, so I just want to make sure. Here we go. Okay, so we have the Emperor. There's Aries energy. This might be like a patriarchal figure in the family. Maybe, like I said, somebody unfortunately might be dealing with like a loss in the family. And if you are, my condolences. I'm really sorry if that is you. Possibly someone passed on, and that's actually the sense that I'm getting. And now, like, you know, I've seen it so many times, like even in my own family, like a lot of times when people should be coming together and mourning the loss of a family member and supporting one another, it turns sometimes into this time period where people are kind of struggling and fighting over what they're going to get out of the situation. And I don't know, that just really makes me sad, because that's like the opposite of how a family unit should be acting in a scenario like this. We have the Six of Wands here. So I think for all parties involved, there's going to be a fair and like successful outcome for everyone. But I mean, not without some struggle first, it seems. Let's see, one more. Okay, so the Tower, yeah. The Tower moment is going to have to come first. I'm not sure if that's going to be, like I said, possibly having to go to court or get some kind of legal intervention here, some kind of mediation, so that this process can be done fairly without like tempers getting flared and people's individual personalities coming into play too much. I'm not sure if these are two siblings over here, these two figures that I'm picking up on, but that's the energy that I'm getting. Like two siblings that just don't see eye to eye on how this process should go. The Eight of Swords here. So we have the Ten of Swords again on the Eight of Swords. Yeah, it's definitely due to this painful ending in the family. We have the Knight of Pentacles. And in this context, I really think it's a message or a communication of some kind around finances. Like this whole situation is around finances, and you know, maybe things are not getting resolved as quickly as the parties involved would like either. Like maybe it's been a slow process, a tedious process around like hashing out what the legalities are going to be and who's going to get what. So that aspect might be adding to the stress here, because things maybe aren't getting resolved quickly. And I'm just kind of envisioning this family like at their breaking point, kind of arguing, kind of being over the situation, at least this aspect of the situation, because at this point, there's also people's personalities coming into play, and people, like I said, like acting almost like childish around the situation. I do get that one person is being more immature than the other. That whoever's in that Queen of Wands reverse energy is kind of the one who's, I'm getting like perpetuating this problem more than the other person. But the other person's not making the situation any better, because they're kind of just standing their ground and not really showing the other person that they want to compromise in any way. I think maybe if whoever's in this King of Pentacles reversed over here was a little bit more vulnerable and maybe tapped into their emotional side a little bit more, maybe this Queen of Wands in reverse would have a little bit more empathy in this situation. Let's see. And then we have the Star. So somebody has a very clear, that's Aquarian energy, but somebody has a very clear idea of how they want this situation to go. And I see like some people being money hungry in this situation. I really do. I see people, like I said before, instead of kind of celebrating this person's life, I mean, it doesn't have to relate to someone like a family member passing, but with the Ten of Swords here, having come out multiple times, I do just kind of get that sense. But whatever the specific situation is for this family, it's something is coming to an end. And there's kind of people with dollar signs in their eyes around this situation, kind of like, oh, what am I going to get? It's going to be my 10 of Pentacles. This is going to be like a dream come true for me financially. And, I'm just going to be very self-serving in this situation and not worry about anyone else. That's just kind of the sense that I'm getting here. Like normally these would be positive cards in some cases, but just with the energy I'm picking up a very like greedy kind of immature energy here. And it's kind of like a disgusting kind of energy to me, because instead of like I said before, instead of showing empathy for your family members, some people are just worried about what they're going to get out of this situation. If this is you, my advice would just be to try to stay calm and level-headed. Try to compromise to the best of your ability. But, in some cases, you might need to get legal intervention or like a mediation type outside third party. I mean, maybe that's what the Three of Cups is indicating here as well. Because it just might be a situation where one person refuses to be fair and yield at all. Yeah, last quarter moon in Gemini, clear your mind. So there's a lot of mental anguish going on in this situation, especially with the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords in reverse. I think all parties involved need to take a step back. Now, hopefully that'll help diffuse some of the tense energy that's going on here. See, I'm sorry, my cards are sticking together a lot today. Okay, last quarter moon in Capricorn, leave the past behind. So I think some of you are just going to have to kind of chalk it up to, maybe a situation that got a little bit out of control. Nobody was really showing their best self in this situation, but it's time for a truce, and it's time to try to approach the situation more calmly and with like a more fair approach. Like, don't hold a grudge. There's a lot of times in families where something like this will happen and it'll cause a rift in the family structure, and it'll lead to people holding grudges for the rest of their lives. You're going to want to avoid that, because just in my personal experience, anytime I've seen that happen between family members, people live to regret it. They end up wasting so much time holding a grudge when you could have just tried a little harder to put your pride to the side and work it out with your family. You only get one family. I mean, and that's not to say that some people don't have toxic family members or toxic family dynamics, but it would be a shame if, you woke up one day 30 years from now, 20 years from now, and you realize you've been holding a grudge that didn't need to be there that long, and that you missed out on all this time with your family over something petty. I'm just going to pull one more. Yeah, last quarter moon in Aries, work through your feelings. All right, so I think emotions are high right now. People are in their head with how they think the situation should go. But like I said, it's not going to be worth holding a grudge and having a rift with your family members. Even if the other person is the one being very unreasonable in this situation, I would just try to tap into being as mature as you can and as reasonable as you can. Because like I said, it's usually not worth it in the end to hold a grudge, especially, you are only given one family. So you do have an obligation to try to make it work with your family members as much as you possibly can. I, like everybody else, I have issues with my family members sometimes, and there's times where I will be angry at them for an extended period of time, but I always do try to work through those feelings and thoughts as much as I can, because again, I've unfortunately known family members who one person passed away and they weren't on speaking terms with each other. And I've seen like how detrimental that could be to the person who loses the family member that they weren't on speaking terms with. So I just always try to keep that in mind. I forget what the exact quote is, but talk to people in the way that if it was the last thing you ever said to them, you'd be happy with what you said. Don't talk to people in a way where if that, God forbid, is the last time you ever see them or talk to them, that you're going to have any regrets, or that it's going to end up, haunting you for the rest of your life. And again, unfortunately, I have seen those types of incidents happen in my own family, and I've seen the toll that it could take on somebody having left a situation in that way when they didn't have to. So that would just be my advice here. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, it would help our channel grow. If this resonated with you, I would love to hear about it in the comments. Other than that, I hope you have a really great rest of your weekend. I'm going to try to get on here one more time tomorrow if I can, and I'm going to share the new decks that I received tomorrow with you guys because I'm very excited about those. But other than that, I do hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and I am wishing you peace and harmony. Have a great night. Bye-bye.